And we're going through so much here in America. Black people have gone through so much in America. And now for our young people to have to go through it, and then we have to get some programs together that is going to assist them in the healing process. Because I know it worked, because when I was behind the walls, it worked all the time. You know, but again, it's who is sitting in front of them. That makes the difference, and I didn't realize how much of a difference that made until I started observing certain things. You can't tell everybody everything, you know, and you have to be real careful who you tell. Because when we're like emptying out our pain, and I'm emptying out to you, and the next thing I know, you told somebody this, that's another trauma that I'm going to go through. Absolutely. You know, because I thought I was telling you in confidence. And I didn't realize how important the confidence was until brothers told me that they felt very comfortable telling me these things because they never heard anything repeated. Absolutely. But it wasn't for anybody else. I would tell them it wasn't for anybody else. You gave it to me, and that's who it's supposed to be for. You know, that's why confidence is so important.
Yeah, that's true. So, but then too, even with that, so even with me speaking and saying certain things, it's reality, right? It's the truth. So whatever happened in my life, right, there's nothing I can do about it. I got to accept my life, right, and just go with it. And I always believe, because sometimes when I first started doing poetry, I used to be like, okay, I'm going to get up, I'm going to say something. They'd be like, do people want to do a poem? And I wouldn't do it. And somebody said to me, somebody might need to hear that. And the very first poem I did, this mother came to me, she was about being on drugs. Excuse me. And she was like, that was me. Oh my God, I needed to hear that. So now I think that could help somebody else. Somebody else may feel that same way and need to heal. I have tried to get some women to come on, and they're not ready. Right. They're really broken. Yes. One lady did get up and say she do feel like some days she want to die. And so, all in time, but every chance I get, I try to encourage them. Right? I try to say, what would your son want? Would your son want you to feel like this, right? Wouldn't he want you to celebrate? And what I say to everybody is, okay, so my son was 30 years old. So for me to just let it go, don't talk about him, he had 30 years of memories. I want the world to know who Eric Shaw was, yes. AKA Adonis. And I'm going to do that until the death of me. And
because if you don't do that, it's like he didn't exist.
Absolutely. And that's what I try to tell them about their loved ones. Yeah. Celebrate them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now, you know, my book is entitled Broken Spirit, Let It Go So You Can Grow.
Absolutely.
And when you're talking about people holding on to, they're still going through their trauma, that's because they have not let it go.
Absolutely.
But in order for them to grow, they have to let it go. And people grieve, may take 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30, or a day. Yeah. Or maybe not at all. So I want to ask you a question. Can you do that poem for us?
So I'm going to do the poem called What's Going On,
okay.
Right? And so, hopefully I don't mess up. Times are going, so far going, everything seems wrong. I'm tired of that same old song. You know, Marvin's song? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's not what's going on, it's what we allow to go on. I remember when we used to go in the house when the street lights came on. And if you wasn't there, your parents knew something was wrong. When we couldn't go off the block. When our block had Crime Watch. Now on these same blocks I use clock. When we used to play hide and seek, hot peas and butter, 1, 2, 3, red light. 1, 2, 3, When we used to play hide and seek, 1, 2, 3, red light, hopscotch, and Simon Says. Now little brothers and sisters are being watched by the feds. When parents came to see their children perform in the school play, and you couldn't keep a parent away from PTA. When open house stayed packed, and children knew they couldn't talk back, or you get smacked right where you act up at. But today's parents, they laugh. I seen some children hit their parents back. Now that's not where it's at. I remember when we used to respect our senior citizens when they walked the streets. And if you thought about cursing in front of them, you would be discreet. When school fights were fair fights, and you have to worry about the Bloods of the Crips taking your life. When you failed your schoolwork in day school, you used to go to summer school. But these children so disrespectful, they created a night school. When Shabazz and Weekway had the Battle of the Bands, and the city sponsored the Heritage Parades. And now we have a drastic change in the children walking across the graduation stage. Yeah, you're right. Those days are going. So far gone, I think I'm going to sing Marvin's song. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Because what is going on? I mean, it's just like Marvin wrote it for today. You know?
Yeah.
How did you select that though?
I don't know. It just kind of.
It just came to you.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So, you know, we were broadcasting at Cablevision, but because of the corona, we're here at Akawaba Gallery. So I'm going to do things that I normally would not do. I'm going to ask the brother, how much time do we have left? Okay, that's good. Okay. Thank you very much. So now, this show is called Tell-A-Vision. Okay? And the reason why it's called Tell-A-Vision, because I bring on people like yourself who are active in the community, who are doing powerful things like you are doing, to tell the audience your vision for what it is that you would like to see, do, where.
Okay. So my vision is to be, and not just because I'm Southwood, but I guess because I'm from the Southwood, I want to start there, right? I believe that we need to get the children so as low as maybe third grade, even the way today time is, if we can get them lower than that, kindergarten, because they understand, right? So I need it's like giving them that love, right? So even if we did an after school program, okay. I believe in, because I used to do drama club at Chancellor, so we used to take my poetry and put them to skits. When I say that the children come out of their shell, they'll be able to express themselves. When I say healing through poetry,
yes.
You're healing, right?
Yes,
and so it's just, even if we just start with them, my vision is to start with them, right? That's why I go into the schools. Okay. I was a parent liaison, so I know that to get the family, you got to start with the child. That's my belief. Yes. You start with the child, right? Get them to have that confidence in you, and then we can begin to lead them, right? Lead the families. I mean, we're all dealing with death. There's so many. Yes. So many people that are losing their lives. So I believe that standing on the corner screaming and yelling, no disrespect to nobody, right. That is not really going to get them. If we got to knock on doors, right? Yes. If we got to ask them, what could we do for you? Even with my drama club is called A Cry for Help Productions, right? And so I reached out to all the ones that was in it, and I asked them to write stuff back to me, how this impacted their lives. To hear the stories. And I'm going to tell you this because I believe that I'm very humble. To hear their stories, how I impacted their life, just they couldn't wait to go to after school program just to do drama club, just to know that they were being bullied in school. It's some that I didn't even know were being bullied. And all they wanted to do is get to Miss Lee after school because I made them comfortable. And so if I can do that, that's my vision, to get in and to get the other children to feel just that comfortable. But maybe we can stop somebody from committing a crime, stop them from joining the gang. And that's my vision, that I want to be able, with this shirt, with this, make a movement out of, I'm not an animal, because I need our children to believe that. Yes. I need them to believe that you don't have to shoot and kill somebody. Back in the day, you used to fight. You used to fight, and whoever win and lose, then it's done. But to come back and have to get a gun and kill them. And to be honest, I'm going to tell you this, even with the killer of my son, when the prosecutor office came to me and they wanted me to do, I don't even care about that because I feel like God will take care of that. Right? I feel like maybe I can save the next person from killing somebody. So my vision is to get as many children as I can, parents as many as I can, to join this movement, to let their children know that we're not animals. And if it's to teach them how to be able to talk it out, how that you don't have to pick up a gun, how everything don't need to be a fight. If we could just stop it from the beginning when we know it's growing and then wait and just sit back and let it play out, if we can do that, I think the vision, it'll be a better community than me.
No, it will. And you know, I have 175,000 viewers that look at my show.
Okay.
So I'm sure that you have helped some of them. Okay? And you remind me of the last guest that I had on the show, Professor Muhammad. Okay. He's a historian. And one of the things that he talked about when we were talking about children, he said we need to start them at kindergarten age.
Oh, wow.
That's exactly what you just said. Because we do. The younger we get them, the more we're able to help them to grow. Because when I worked inside the prison, one of the things I noticed was that you're talking about communication skills. One thing that I noticed when we were having little hour discussions, they became debates. Then they became arguments. So I said, wait a minute, hold it. We don't have to kill each other over a conversation. So we had to start learning how to talk to each other. And then once we did that, it was great. You know, so I am so happy that you came on. And I'm so happy that I was scrolling through Facebook and I happened to see it. I said, oh wow, I got to get in contact with her. Not knowing that you were still living in Newark. Because I lived in 2 wards, the South Ward and now in the West Ward. So it's very personal to me.
Yeah.
You know, so, and we're still living here. So I want to thank you for coming on the show and sharing us your powerful story. And I know the Creator has some great things for you. So you keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And my name is Miriam Bay, and thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day.